What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another couch video. The 80-20 rule easily goes the other way. And what do I mean? Because everybody's familiar with the whole 80-20 rule. Supposedly, 80% of women want 20% of men. Of course, some people be like 10% of men, 5%, 1%. But let's keep it a buck, though. That shit goes the other way. That shit goes the other way just as easily. For one simple reason. There is not that many baddies out there. Let's just be real. Guys be acting like, for many guys. Now, some smarter guys know there's an abundance of women because they're not caught up into just messing with the baddies. But let's be real with it. A lot of guys, even a lot of guys in these spaces, even a lot of guys who would call themselves incels are having trouble. They meeting women. Let's just be real with it. In fact, even on my most popular video, when I talk about pay attention to the women who want you, there were some guys who came on there and said, well, only fatties want me, or ugly ones want me. Okay, they still women. Let's be real. Most guys, overwhelming majority of guys just want the baddies. Hell, that's something that a lot of women playing into. A lot of these modern women are mainly baddies, or they call them 304s, or these women who got large IG followings or TikTok followings and stuff. They ain't even, man, there's some women on there, they ain't even like wearing swimsuits, anything like that. They be in just some tight clothes, form-fitting clothes, and got some guys chasing them. They baddies though. Let's be real. You get a whole bunch of men who want a small percentage of women. And then getting mad. And now they might have that woman who might just be an adjustable. And when I say an adjustable, she can fix up some right there who's interested. You know what? Maybe she can lose maybe 5 pounds. Or, maybe put on makeup a little bit better. Or, spend a little bit extra time at that beauty salon. And she probably down for him, everything. She ready to be a cooperation to his operation. Hell, she even down for the S word. In fact, let me submission. In fact, you get a lot of guys say they want a traditional woman who want to be a mother and all of that. Let me hit y'all with some game. Now, people know who follow me know I talked about the house of the woman. I've talked about the house of the woman. I got that from Master Yao and Yamache Morris. And one type is a nurturing type. Nurturing women don't usually fix up. They look like soccer moms. So they ain't gonna be baddies. A nurturing type of woman is typically not gonna get a big following on IG or anything, and definitely wouldn't be able to get on OnlyFans. But those are types that be traditional women. Those are types who, they'll stay at home. They'll raise the kids. They'll pop out 5 kids for you. All you have to do is just make sure you keep them taken care of. But a lot of guys don't want them. They want the baddie. They want that swimsuit model, tight body, baddie to be the traditional woman. It ain't happening. You got so many chasing them. But it's not enough for them to go around. Now, some guys will say, well, no, I don't want those average. I want the baddies. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What are you doing to compete? Because if you got 80% of men going for 20% of women, that means you're competing with other men. That means it's a serious competition and everything. Like you got these guys up here who, they want to DM all these baddies and everything, online. You know how many men have DM'd that baddie? Or you see it sometimes. They get in the comments and they be like, oh, you're beautiful, you this or that. Okay, but 500 other men have did the same thing. I want y'all to think about it. This ain't like something just come out. You can see this for yourself. You get a whole bunch of men chasing one woman. And if she's smart, she don't show her man on there. I remember there was a baddie who showed her man and guys got mad because he was short and overweight and everything. Actually, shorter than her. They got mad, but she got rid of that pic right away. She was like, oh, wait, this messing with my money. Because you got so many chasing it. And that's something that has to be looked at. You got so many guys chasing the baddies and stuff. Now, you got the other percentage of guys, other 20%, shoot. ironically, a lot of them are players. And they ain't chasing the baddies. Like if they get a shot at a baddie, they take it. But they'll get that next group of women. Because you got a whole bunch of women. They more adjustables. Like I said, if you use the number system, which I don't like to use, but if you use the number system, I say in the 5 to 6 range. Right? But most guys, they want the minimum 7 and everything. Okay. All right, ain't enough of them. And then you not doing what you doing to compete. Because if a woman is a baddie, let's just be real with it. If a woman is a baddie, I mean, she gonna want what she considers a top guy, what she considers, right? She don't want some like just ordinary dude working an ordinary job. Why should she want that? You know, she got a choice between this average guy, or she got a choice between the average guy and this guy who's willing to spend a whole bunch of money on her. Because some of them say, hey, let me be that acculturated prostitute. Shit. These guys want to trick on me. Hey, it's going to happen. I don't recommend it, but I ain't never had to worry about it. So, or, you know, they want the guy that they find sexually appealing. They ain't going to find every guy sexually appealing. All right. So if the women in that 20% are going for the best, what are you doing to compete with other guys? Because she going to compare. That's a woman's nature, regardless of where they at. They are going to compare men with each other. That's just their nature. They always going to compare. You competing whether you like it or not. Even if you don't know it, even if you constantly say, well, I ain't going to compete, she's still going to compare it. So if you want that woman in a 20%, you want that baddie and everything. You want that like IG woman. Shoot, what are you doing that you stand out from other men? And then a lot of men realize that they don't stand out. They get mad, but it's like, but you know, that woman who is average just like you is feeling. And no, let's just be real with it. And some people, like I say, some guys will be like, well, I don't want that average. Okay. But don't, unless you willing to do the work, don't bet you can't get that bad woman. Why she want an ordinary man? Why would a top woman want an ordinary man? Like I said, she can either get the men she finds the sexiest, Mr. Goodbar, or the men with the money, the masked men. She can get whatever she wants because a bunch of guys are throwing it at her. So she can choose whatever she wants. What are you doing to compete with that? You know? But that's a major issue, though. You see, that's how a lot of guys get conned, too, because you get some guys saying, well, yeah, this is what you do to get the bad women. It's like, dude, everything you telling her, 20 other guys done told her. Like I said this before in a video, several times. You get that bad woman, she walk out the door, shoot, guys, she gonna have guys trying to holler at her constantly. They're gonna try to holler at the bus stop. She stopping at if she driving, they're going to try to holler at her there. She go get some coffee, they're going to try to holler at her. So what are you doing to stand out? You know? Now, you can, like I say, you can still want her, but then you got to do the work to get her. And you got to find a way to stand out. Yeah, give it up if you average. What the fuck they going to do with the average man? And you can talk about wall and all that shit, but shit, let's just be real. I met a lot of baddies. Shoot, they were baddies up into their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Because a lot of them, and I'm going to tell you what is interesting with them. This just an aside. You know I'm going on women, but I got to point this out. A lot of them end up like maybe single. Because they got here so many guys to choose from. It's hard for them to settle down. It's an interesting dynamic. So that's the thing, though. That is the thing. So I'm going to tell you what, though. It's something to think about. You know, everybody talking about the 80-20. Oh, 80% of women going for 20% of men. Well, 80% of men are going for 20% of women. And really, it might be worse because a lot of women, they ain't going to maintain those looks. That wall is going to hit a lot of women. So, you know, they ain't going to maintain those looks. So it's like, shit, the number probably go down while it's going up for the men. But even then, it's still not going to be a lot at that level. And then a lot of guys, they'll want that real pretty woman to be the traditional woman and everything. I was like, well, what's one thing I found with mommy types? The traditional women, they ain't going to be the baddies. If a woman home cleaning and taking care of kids and shit, she can't be looking like she, supermodel of the world and shit. Do some common sense with that. So, I want y'all to think about all that, right? Just think about all that. Anyway, let me do a cliche thing. I'll see y'all next year. Anyway, peace and blessings, y'all.